My first experience started as member in talent management and assistant of chief delegate. That was very fresh when I joined AIESEC, and it shows me that a lot of emotion attachment to my AIESEC experience is mainly because of the people and the environment that it brings to me. I moved on to be director of outgoing exchange. Actually, I was applying to be VP TM, but I didn't get it. And it was a very interesting experience because becoming a director in outgoing exchange, I started to understand a lot about why AIESEC is doing exchange. It is for the people, and I do see the impact from all the exchange stories that I've heard and the gift that I received from my EP. I still remember the postcard that Jovian gave to me and the chat that I had with Joey when I was in my industrial training. It was very interesting, and the impact, it's very meaningful for me as a person. I moved on to be VP OGX after that year, and I've learned to take responsibility on my own action and words because now I have no one to rely on. And I've also learned to love my team, especially those people I worked with, although we did not achieve our goal and we even have negative growth. But I will never forget all the happiest memories that we have been through, and it still brings me a smile today because when I look back to the album, I'll never forget all those moments. And I will never forget the moment where they throw birthday cake on my face and the time when I cried with Kongi and Viti. I will never forget about it. Then I move on to be MCVP of Strategic Initiative. It was a very new experience for me back then, and I learned to get out of my comfort zone. I learned to believe in myself more and be a more confident person because I've worked really hard to achieve what I want. And also I want to mention it's not only the good things that I've learned to be a person that I would never want to be. I became self-centered, I became emotional and individualistic. At the end of the day, it is okay because I realize how I turned to be this kind of person, and I do realize leadership, it's all about taking action. I regretted a lot that I did not take action to contribute more in my team. I could have done more. And miscommunication and complaints can really break down a team. My thought is that I am responsible for all the things happen in the team. It's not only my leaders who needs to be the one driving the team to be a better person and to have a better team experience. I've learned how much a leader can also influence in this experience, but most importantly, how much can it be changed if there is a single follower who dares to challenge and take lead on this. And it was my responsibility to help the people around me to have a good team experience and grow. And that is the time when I truly understand if I wanted to change something, I have to change myself and take action. And 1 year in MC Malaysia wasn't enough for me, I think. I moved on to be MCVP BD and also IGIP in Norway. Throughout this time, I would have never imagined that communication needs to be so clear to make sure people get your message. I'm experiencing a lot of culture difference working with Norwegian, Romanian, and African. It's very different the way you have to communicate with each single person. And I learned to listen. Sometimes a call with my VP or a meeting with board of directors have gave me so much clarity on why are we doing things and the direction that we want to go. I've also learned to create relevance and empower the LC to grow because at the end of the day, a national strategy doesn't work if they are not buying it. And the only way to make it work is to empower them, taking action, involve them in all the processes and making them feel that they matter to the organization, to my experience. And at the same time, I learned to be myself. I learned to accept my weakness. I learned to be vulnerable, to admit my mistake and learn from it. I learned to not settle for less because of time and stress. Miracle does happen when you believe in it, and that is how much I've learned this term. And also, I would like to highlight my experience as international FASI here. My toughest FASI experience is actually in Norway, even with only 60 delegates. It might seem to be small, but it is so challenging because we were trying for quality and we want to make sense to all the people, every single delegate, by not wasting their time and money to attend a conference that is not up to their expectation. And this is the time I learned to see things in I learned to see the purpose and clarity on every single things I do. And most importantly, I just want to summarize on all these experiences that I have throughout the process. One thing that I really learned is to be myself. And I learned to be who I am and what am I capable of. I learned to not compare myself to others because that doesn't mean anything. Instead, I compare myself to who I was yesterday and who I want to be tomorrow. And I think that is the best learning point after all the experiences. Thank you.